Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is SITI ZULAIKHAH binti AZIZ.
Hi, I am Raisya.
Hello, I'm ADLIN.
Hi, I'm NAIM,
And hi guys, I am Umi.
and we are from
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope that everyone is doing well, healthy, and feeling amazing. So, as of today, my friends and I would like to share a little bit more and less about something or a food that is very common in our society. Can you guys guess what is it? So, for today, we're gonna talk about Tempe. What is Tempe? What do you guys know about Tempe? What do I know about Tempe? What is Tempe? Probably in your mind right now, Tempe is actually a food that was made from soybean, right? Tempe is actually a soy product that is made from fermented soybean. Tempe is a unique food that was introduced by our elders. But do you guys know Tempe is actually originated from Indonesia? To make Tempe, soybeans are cooked and also fermented and then packed into a brick-like cake. But if you wanna guys know more about how to make Tempe, later one of our friends will tell you how, okay? Tempe is a plant-based protein source that is loaded with vitamins and minerals like calcium, phosphorus, manganese, and iron. And that's a little bit introduction about Tempe so that you guys will get the idea a little bit about what we're gonna talk after this. What is the principle of microorganisms and product of Tempe? So I have a friend that can explain to us about the principle of microorganisms and product of Tempe. So Mr. Naim, I believe our audience would like to know more about the principle of microorganisms and product of Tempe. Can you explain to us?
Thank you so much for the question. Tempe is fermented soy food and is unique in its texture, flavor, and versatile. Tempe, also referred to as Tempe, is a collective name for a sizable mass of pre-cooked fungal fermented beans, cereals, or some other food processing byproducts bound together by the mycelium of a living mold, mostly rhizopus. Yellow-seeded soya beans are the most common and preferred raw material to make Tempe. So what is fermentation? Fermentation is a metabolic process that produces chemical change in organic substrate through the action of enzyme. In biochemistry, it is narrowly defined as the extraction of energy from carbohydrate in the absence of oxygen. In microorganisms, fermentation is the primary means of producing adenosine triphosphate, which is ATP, by the degradation of organic nutrients anaerobically. What happens during fermentation process? During the fermentation process, this beneficial microbe breaks down sugars and starch into alcohol and acid, making food more nutritious and preserving it so people can store it for longer periods of time without it spoiling. Fermentation products provide enzymes necessary for digestion. This is important because humans are born with a finite number of enzymes, and they are decreased with age. Fermented food contain the enzyme required to break them down. Fermentation also aids in pre-digestion. During the fermentation process, the microbe feeds on sugar and starch, breaking down food before anyone even consumes it. Lastly, what is the advantages of fermentation in food? Fermented food are rich in probiotics, beneficial microorganisms that help maintain a healthy gut so it can extract nutrients from food. Probiotics aid the immune system because the gut produces antibiotic, anti-tumor, antiviral, and antifungal substance, and pathogens don't do well in the acidic environment fermented food created. Fermentation can increase the vitamins and minerals in food and make them more available for absorption. Fermentation increases B and C vitamins and enhance folic acid, riboflavin, niacin, thiamine, and biotin. The probiotics enzyme and lactic acid in the fermented food facilitate the absorption of these vitamins and minerals into the body. That's all for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your amazing explanation, Mr. Naim. Most of you are wondering, how do we make tempeh? Is it easy? I somehow think that the process to produce tempeh is more difficult than what we think. But luckily, I have a friend that is going to teach us or show us about how to make tempeh. Miss Raisya, can you please show us how to produce tempeh?
Thank you, Miss ADLIN, for the good question. Actually, making tempeh is easy, but there are some issues that fail your effort, especially when you live in a four seasons country. The basic problems such as unstable temperature and wrong measurement of tempeh starter. If you want to produce the tempeh, you need to have this ingredient, which is saucepan and tempeh starter only. The first step of the production of the tempeh is you have to clean the saucepan with the clean water, then soak the saucepan for 8 hours or over the night. The second step is after 8 hours or over the night, time to separate the saucepan from its skin. If you use whole saucepan, you should split them by squeezing them with a kneading motion. Stir gently, causing the hulls to reach to the surface, and then pour off water and hulls into a strainer. Add fresh water and reheat until most hulls are removed. Next, you have to put the beans in a cooking pot with a water over the saucepan and cook for 30 minutes. When it's cooking and foam gather, remove it with clean ladle. After 30 minutes, drain off the water and dry the saucepan by continue heating them in the pot on medium heat for a few minutes and until the beans are dry. Allow the beans to cool down to below 35 degrees Celsius. After that, you have to move the dry beans into some white place. The example is tray pan for baking to cool off. Leave it for some time. During this process, avoid touching the beans with hand. Use clean towel instead. The next step is when the saucepan is already dry and cool, but not too cool is better. Sprinkle it with half teaspoon of tempeh starter. Mix with a clean spoon for about 1 minute to distribute the tempeh starter evenly. It's very important to mix the tempeh starter very well. It reduces the risk for spoilage and the fermentation will be faster. Then, you need to take 3 plastic bags. Divide the saucepan into the 2 bags and sell them. Press them flat, making sure that the total thickness of the beans is maximum 3 cm only. Then, perforate them with holes at a distance of about 1 cm by using a clean satay skewer or a thick but sharp needle. A normal needle is too thin. You need a fake needle or small nail. This will allow the mold to break about 0.66 mm in diameter. The next step is place the baked beans in an incubator at 30 degrees Celsius or at one place for about 36 until 48 hours, which the tempeh fermentation takes place. The temperature in the house is about 26 degrees Celsius, so we need to wrap the beans using a clean towel to make them warmer. The last step is, after 36 hours, the container should be filled complete with the white mycelium and the entire contents can be lifted out as a whole piece. Now we can cook the tempeh and enjoy the delicious of the tempeh.
Wow, wow, wow! So that's how we produce tempeh. Maybe after this we can try to do it. To us, tempeh is just like a side dish to our main dish. But through application of tempeh, it can be our main dish and the only dish for us. Miss Ika, would you elaborate more about this?
Thank you, Miss ADLIN, for your question. So I will answer your question. The tempeh can be only our main dish in our daily life. So my answer is yes, because if you are in diet session or even you are not in diet session, you really need a tempeh, because did you know that tempeh contain the vitamin B12, which is it's only contained in meat, chicken and fish, but tempeh has that vitamin. So we can see the benefit of the tempeh. Even it has been through a fermentation process that Miss Raisya explained before. As we know, tempeh is made by soybean that has a good nutrition in the soybean. But when it's go through the fermentation process, it will have the higher of nutrition. Did you know that the protein in the tempeh is higher than a meat? Like, you can imagine tempeh is just made up from the soybean, but meat is a source of protein, right? In tempeh, it has a higher protein. This is not unconfirmed statement, but I do a research and most of the experiment confirm that the protein in the tempeh is higher than in meat. Other than that, tempeh contains a higher fiber and it has a lower fat and it has a mineral such as phosphorus, calcium and iron. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ika, for the great elaboration. Every single thing on this earth has its own benefit, be it broccoli or banana, it has its own specialty. But what about tempeh? Miss Umi, would you like to share with us regarding the benefits of tempeh?
Thank you, Miss ADLIN, for the question. Okay, as we know, traditional tempeh is made from soybeans that have undergone fermentation, which is a process in which carbohydrates are broken down by bacteria and yeast. Let's take a closer look at how tempeh can impact our health by exploring a few of the top tempeh benefits. First and foremost, it is rich in nutrients. Tempeh is a great source of protein, providing a whopping 50 grams in each 3 ounce serving. It is also an excellent source of micronutrients such as manganese, phosphorus, magnesium, riboflavin. Plus, it contains calcium and iron, both of which are essential nutrients that can be hard to obtain on a vegetarian or vegan diet. Secondly, tempeh supports weight management. It is especially high in protein and contains 31 grams of protein in each cup, putting it right on par with animal-based sources of protein like chicken or fish. Studies show that protein can help promote feelings of fullness, reduce appetite, and increase metabolism to support weight control. Thirdly, tempeh also promotes heart health. Tempeh is rich in soy isoflavones, which are a class of compounds that have been extensively studied for their beneficial role in heart health. Another study conducted at the McDonald campus of McGill University reporting that soy protein is not only reduce cholesterol but help lower triglyceride levels as well. It is also a good source of antioxidants. Another one of the top tempeh benefits is its stellar antioxidants. Antioxidants are powerful compounds that can help fight free radicals and protein oxidative damage to the cells. The soy isoflavones found in tempeh act as antioxidants in the body to help fight free radical damage. In addition, tempeh also good for strengthening bones. Tempeh is brimming with bone-building nutrients. In fact, each serving contains a good amount of phosphorus, calcium, manganese, and copper, which are important to bone health. Calcium, for example, serves as the structural component of the bones, while phosphorus is important to maintaining skeletal integrity and bone development. Low levels of copper have also been associated with decreased bone mineral density, especially in men. Last but not least, tempeh also found that it could help fight cancer cells. Several studies show that the isoflavones found in tempeh could aid in cancer prevention. One study reported that supplementing with a soy protein powder high in isoflavones altered estrogen metabolism in synthesis in premenopausal women. This suggests that soy isoflavones could exert cancer preventive effects, especially for hormone-sensitive forms of cancer. Before I forget, some people ask me that between tempeh or tofu, which are more nutritious? The answers are both. You should avoid tempeh if you have a soy allergy. From better gut health to lower cholesterol, flavors, the potential tempeh benefits are endless. Thank you!
Thank you, Miss Umi, for sharing with us about the benefits of tempeh. So now that you guys know what are the benefits of tempeh, so now that we know more about tempeh, the principle of microorganism and product of tempeh, how to produce and make tempeh, the applications of tempeh, and benefits of tempeh. There are so many new informations that we gain about tempeh today. I hope that all of you can benefit the knowledge that we share with you guys, and I hope that everyone is having fun while watching this show. Stay safe and thank you.